Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astro Jyoti Healing. In this video, we are going to see how the last week of June is going to unfold for all signs, all ascendants. First of all, let us see what are the planetary transits or what is the position of planets in this week. In this week, we have Rahu and Ketu in the sign of Taurus and Scorpio. Rahu is conjunct Mercury and Mercury is still retrograde. We have Saturn in the sign of Capricorn, Jupiter in the sign of Aquarius. We have Venus and Mars in the sign of Cancer, Sun in Gemini. Moon is going to transit through the signs of Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces in this last week. Hence, the nakshatras that Moon goes through will be active and their seventh aspect will be active as well. Rahu is exalted in the Navamsha as well, and there is no planet that is debilitated in the sign of Navamsha. That is a great news. It means most people are going to get support from the universe to carry out the tasks that they are looking for to carry out. The kids who will be born in this week will have the moon sign as Capricorn, Aquarius or Pisces depending on the day and the time they are born. The horoscope is going to look somewhat like this. The ascendant will change as per the birth time and the day. The nakshatras that are active are given on the next slide. I am also going to list the videos in description about those nakshatras in which we have planets in this week. Watch those videos whenever you have some time and understand the functioning and the remedy that will give you maximum result. Now let us see what are the weekly messages for the last week of June to get the best from your horoscope. First thing, when you communicate with your siblings or your teammates or your colleagues, use a softer tone. Be polite in dealing with them, listen to them and then make a judgment. Do not believe in any rumor or any news unless you check it yourself. And again, just like the last week, checking does not mean overanalyzing or having fear about that issue. Mercury is still retrograde, so you might tend to overdo things, so just be careful. Follow your planner, follow the calendar and do not miss any appointments or any important times that you have already blocked out. Keep your word and keep all your promises. Here is the number one remedy for the last week of June. Pray to Lord Vishnu and seek blessings. You can say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha. Venus is in its own sign in Navamsha, hence we will pray to any goddess. It can be Lord, it can be Ma Parvati, Ma Durga, Ma Lakshmi, or you can chant any Guru mantra of goddess that you are given. I am going to say one mantra for you, one shloka for you. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasai 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 Namo Namaha. Those of you who don't believe in any religion or don't believe in God, as usual, they can always donate, they can volunteer and they can think about other person before ahead of themselves. Have gratitude about whatever you have received and be thankful to whatever your ancestors have given you. If you have Moon in Aries, Ascendant in Aries, Mesh Rashi, in the last week of June, you will get lot of opportunities where you can use your voice, you can use your family values to earn from various fields. Jupiter is in the nakshatra of Rahu, and Rahu is exalted in Navamsha as well. So speak out, speak up, and stand up for what your principles are. This is going to give you lot of success. If you have Moon in Taurus, Ascendant in Taurus, Vrishabh Rashi, when the week begins, there will be some confusion. You may feel some kind of lost as far as your social presence goes or your work life is. But remember, you are going to have patience, start from scratch if needed, do certain things number of times, and push for what you stand for. If you want to do certain project in a certain way, remember you are going to make all your efforts to make sure this is the route that is taken. Work nicely with your teammates, do not show any ego, and talk politely. This is the key for people who have Taurus dominance in the last week of June. You are going to have great visibility at work, and all your hard work is going to do wonders. Avoid anything that is not legal. If you have Moon in Gemini, Ascendant in Gemini, Mithun Rashi, when the week begins, just be careful about what thoughts you have in your mind. And if they are about show off, it is about power war, or it is about trying to make use of the secrets that you have had from someone, there is a caution. This may land you in trouble, and hence work with patience and work politely with all your teammates. The work front will be little difficult. You will feel overwhelmed in the beginning. Let the energies settle and take it slow. This is not a very favorable week for Gemini folks, so do not hurry. It is always advisable to think before you act, or think before you talk aggressively. If you have Moon in Cancer, Ascendant in Cancer, Karka Rashi. Karka Rashi natives are full of energy, they are full of all the game plan that they want to do, lot of desires, lot of wishes, and they want to have lot of gains. However, there is one key. You have to focus on the process, you have to focus on the task at hand, and do not worry about the outcome. There will be number of chances that you will feel you are winning, but the win is going to come slowly and later around the end of this week. Just remember, you are not going to act in a hurry or in a spur of moment. That may bring lot of difficulties. Take your time for meditation and make sure you are taking good night's sleep. If you have Moon in Leo, Ascendant in Leo, Simha Rashi, this is a great time for you to get visibility and gains at work and in the society. Work with masses, do great planning, and you will have lot of success. People who are working with you could be initially confused, could be indecisive, but help them to figure out what they want, and you will have more success. This is a great week for Leo folks. Just proceed with caution and little slow. If you have Moon in Virgo, Ascendant in Virgo, Kanya Rashi. Kanya Rashi folks are getting little bit difficulty in terms of studying, education, exams, or any kind of review that they are going through. However, remember, all your hard work and all your patience is going to give you great rewards. Do not have any negativity about the process or the outcome. Rather, continue working, have patience, and as the week progresses, you will realize you have mastered so many things. People will have good image of yours in their mind, and that is a great benefit. Most of your tasks are going to be continuing in the next week and later as well. So do not expect them to end immediately or finish immediately. Rather, you are going to work on them in terms of long term. If you have Moon in Libra, Ascendant in Libra, Tula Rashi, the last week of June continues to be not the difficult week but little bit challenging week in terms of balancing family and work or society related obligations. You may feel there is scarcity of resources at the home front. People are not supporting you. Your family is kind of not helping you that much, and people at work are more pushy, more demanding. But remember, Jupiter is transiting through your 5th house, and ultimately you are going to come out ahead of the curve. So continue all the great work that you are doing. If you are trying to do anything that is not legal, just be careful, because there are planets in the nakshatra of Rahu, and that can bring you some trouble when you are taking the route that is not legal. If you have Moon in Scorpio, Ascendant in Scorpio, Vrishchik Rashi, you guys have to continue working with your teammates, your siblings, and use their experience to get what you are looking for. Be open about what your thoughts are, at least with your family, and do not hide anything. It is always good to take support from your parents if you are finding any difficulty in terms of education, exams, or any kind of reviews. If this difficulty is related to your work, it is a great idea to talk to your mentors and take their advice. If you don't want to do this at the beginning of the week, but at least touch base with your managers or your mentors around the end of the week, so that you will be able to provide the necessary information and outcome. If you have Moon in Sagittarius, Ascendant in Sagittarius, Dhanu Rashi. Dhanu Rashi folks have to continue working through this period, because they are always feeling short of resources. They are thinking their teammates or the resources that they have are not helpful, are not enough. However, it is a time to work with whatever you have and do not get stressed about it. You will go ahead of the competition and you will figure out the things as week progress. There is one caution: drive carefully, and remember, you have to set out time for meditation or exercise, or just taking some efforts in terms of relaxation. Otherwise, the transit of Sun through the 7th house will bring you a lot of opportunities, will bring you good business, but your health, body ache, or some other kind of pain might keep you away from taking those opportunities, and you don't want that to happen. So just be careful and go slow. Take care of your health. If you have Moon in Capricorn, Ascendant in Capricorn, Makar Rashi, this week is going to help you take care of most of the work that is pending. You will have a lot of good insights, you will have good resources, and people will work with you to finish most of the tasks that you are looking for. Make sure you check all the facts before you sign any documents. Other than that, this is going to be a great week for people who have major planets in Capricorn sign. If you have moon in Aquarius, ascendant in Aquarius, Kumbha Rashi, Jupiter is transiting over your moon or your ascendant. However, it has just become retrograde and hence the energy has not settled yet. So have caution, work carefully and take all precautions whenever you are doing any risky things. It is always advisable to check facts and figures and do not believe in any rumors. Drive carefully. Also, remember, set aside some time for meditation or exercise or time for relaxation. Have more patience so that people who are reporting to you will not make you lose your temper. If you have moon in Pisces, ascendant in Pisces, Meen Rashi, this is going to be a good week for Pisces folks. They just have to remember one thing, that they have to work with others when they are looking for gains. If you have done any investments in the past, those investments will help you now. Once this energy settles, retrograde Jupiter energy settles, you will get gains from that. But remember, do not believe your friends or your colleagues without you check the facts all by yourself. Situation at work is going to be overwhelming, and situation at home you will have to deal with calm attitude and peaceful attitude. You are planning for next phase, you are planning for further projects, so use this time wisely. Hope this helps all of you to plan your week ahead of the time. Understand what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses, what care needs to be taken for all signs. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and those of you who have been following this channel for a while, thank you. Like this video, share this video with your friends as usual. Namaste, thank you, Shubhamastu.